Hey guys, I'm Chef D-Max. Welcome back to my test kitchen. Today we're gonna do a vegan sweet potato gratin. Perfect thing for the holidays, perfect thing for just having guests over. If you have those friends, or if you're vegan or you're lactose intolerant, just watching your dairy intake. This is a great alternative. I'm gonna show you how to make it now. So click subscribe if you're not doing that already. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video and ring that bell, and I'll send you new things I have coming up. So I'll see you back in a second with a beautiful vegan gratin. Okay guys, I'm back today. Really fun. We're gonna get started on this sweet potato gratin. So first you need some nice sweet potatoes, which aren't hard to find this time of year. I've got some onions here too. Now these onions are already sauteed. So I just sliced some onions and sauteed it up with a little bit. I use coconut oil because today we're doing this vegan. Now if you wanna do this regular, you'll just sub in butter for this and cream where I have my substitute as well. So I just put a little coconut oil. It goes really nice with sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes you see a lot in the Caribbean. Used a lot of times with coconut, so it's a perfect marriage. And coconut's also a perfect marriage for this too if you wanted to sub that in. So a little coconut oil sauteed up, just a little browned, gives you that onion flavor that we're looking for. Today I'm working with a new product called Nature's FYNd, and this is a new dairy product. Now this isn't their retail packaging, of course, but it'll be launching soon in 2025, and I'm looking forward to sharing more recipes with you. What I do like about it is it's a pretty thick kind of, probably the consistency of sour cream, but you can thin it out to be this consistency of cream, which we're gonna do today. So what I've done is I've put some in here. So I'm gonna put this away. So this Nature's FYNd product is made from a nutritional fungi, and it's healthy for you. There's not a lot of additives to it. So that's what really is important to me, that they're not putting a million different things in those. There's just there's some avocado oil, there's a touch of cane sugar, right? And there's some xanthan gum, and that's it. The beautiful part about it is it's really hard to find. Like today we're going to be using a vegan cheese as well for the top to gratin it, and you could leave that out if you didn't have that. But what you don't find too much is a good substitute for kind of sour cream or kind of heavy cream that you can make, or even a milk that you can make crepes with, you can make batters with, you can make things with that require that consistency, and that consistency stays. So even if you add a little acidity to it or heat to it, it still blends beautifully like a cream, which is what I love about it. So I'll be doing some more recipes with it and tell you a little bit more about it. You can link below to find out when you'll be able to get that in your grocery stores, and we're gonna get this started. So another great kind of treat that I have is this beautiful Burkle slicer. Now, Burkle just came out with a home line, and they're giving me 20% off for all my YouTubers out there. So if you guys want it, you're gonna put Chef D-Max on your checkout, and I'll link that below as well. You can go onto their site and you can buy the new home slicer. Now, Burkle's not new to us. This is a Central company out of Italy. It makes really the best slicers. One of the slicers that I had in my Dallas restaurant is the flywheel ones. Those are the really old ones that they work with a mechanical process rather than electrical. So it's just really nice, but it's a very sweet piece of art that they make for those slicers, and they're very expensive. You've probably seen them, and some of your fancy kind of Italian grocers, they'll have that beautiful one with that big wheel that they hand turn. But these beautiful home units are much more reasonable, and they make slicing a breeze. So let me show you that, because one of the things that we're gonna have to do today is slice these sweet potatoes. So what I'm gonna do, let's go ahead and slice them then. So I'm gonna take a knife, and I'm gonna cut the end of them, just so these are beautiful, even cuts, right? I've peeled these sweet potatoes already, so you don't have to worry about why they're this color, right? That's because I already peeled them. So trying to make it easier for you guys to pay attention here, right? So I've got my sweet potatoes, and it's really simple. I want to probably cut this thing in half to make it just easier to fit on here. The beautiful part about this are these are made for the home, so they're smaller units, and so you can put 2 on, and then it's got this nice safeguard. The thing about these slices are so well made. That's what's incredible, and they're easy to clean. So you'll see how nice this is to have. And I know a lot of times I use all the little hand mandolins because they're so easy to pick up and just use. But they're also every time people use those, they tell me, "Oh, I got nicked or I got cut." So these ones are really safe. So I'm going to turn this on. I've got this thing set pretty thin. Let's see how that works out. And look how beautiful these look, right? They're just gorgeous, right? So I'm going to set them right here. And the more you play with this slicer, the more you're going to get the feel of it, and that's when you really, you'll kind of get this feel of how the slicer kind of holds. It's new to me too because the one I have is a kind of my work one. I think this thing almost kind of it almost kind of shifts down on its own, which is really cool. I was trying to hold on to it and press it more, but you really don't need to. It kind of like holds on its own. And then that's it. You get to the bottom like this. Now, you want to be really careful. I turn it off and then take out your piece, and then we're going to put our next one in, okay? So you put that in. This catches like this. Okay, now we turn it on. That's it. Yeah, it kind of moves on its own. And then if it gets loose, you just grab it with with this arm here. And this has these teeth that are perfect for grabbing stuff and holding on to it. Okay, look at that. Whoops. All right, so the beauty of these is when I show you when we put this together, every one of these is perfectly sliced. And so this thing is going to cook super even, and it gives you those beautiful layers. So let me slice the rest of this, and we'll be right back. Okay, guys, we're back, and I'm finishing up the last bit, and you can see how perfect these are. Right? So I'm just going to set those here, turn off my machine. This beautiful Berkel towel that they gave me. And I'm going to wipe this machine down really nicely. Now, what you want to do is always unplug it, right? Before you wipe it down. Because the last thing you need to do is turn it on while you're doing that, right? So with that, you just want to kind of work on spinning this and getting all of this out of here. All of this kind of comes off. So this piece here flops out like this, and you can see that all of this comes off, and this is easy to kind of rinse and wash. So this whole thing wipes down beautifully like this, and you'll always have it. Stick this on your countertop when you're looking to do some beautiful meats or vegetables. You're slicing onions or different zucchinis. You're making different presentations. So I'll do a bunch of recipes and show you how to use this. It's going to really make your life easy when you're trying to make a French onion soup and you got to cut 12 onions sliced up really thin. This thing will do it in seconds. So stay with me. I'm going to clean this up. Move it away, and I'm going to show you how to make this sweet potato. Okay, you guys, I've got that cleaned up. I want to work on my beautiful dish now. I'm going to put a little bit of maple syrup. This is real maple syrup into my dairy substitute here, this Nature's FYNd dairy substitute. And I'm going to put about 3 tablespoons in. The reason I want to do that is I want to give it a little bit of sweetness, okay? And then I'm going to put in some allspice. So about a teaspoon of allspice. So I've got all those things in here, you can see, right? And let me mix it up. I'm going to put some salt, tablespoon of salt. So allspice. Now, if you prefer nutmeg in your sweet potato instead, by all means, use that instead. Okay, pepper, more salt, boom. Okay, now this mixture you want to taste, and it should have that holiday love in there. A little bit of little bit of allspice gives you that kind of holiday feel. The maple is very beautiful, touch of sweet, but very natural. And then I'm going to take here some extra virgin coconut oil. Now, it's a little hard because it's cold out today, actually. Believe it or not. Not very cold by me very often, but it's cold today. So with this, I'm just going to wipe this extra virgin coconut oil all over. This is also going to give it a really nice flavor. Okay. And that also keeps it vegan, you know. If you want, I would, you know, try to make this vegan if you can, right? If you have all the stuff, why not? And it just really, it allows you to enjoy more of this without feeling really guilty about it. Okay. So I'm going to press that around like that. That's it. Now I'm going to take these beautiful pieces of sliced sweet potato, and you can see how I just layer these in like this, right? Look at that, right? So it's super easy like this. Now I go on the way back this way, I go about halfway. And what's beautiful about this slicer, you see how they just lay together like this and they're all the same? So it's just beautiful for this type of dish to make this style dish, you know? And then each time you're gonna go about halfway like that and you're gonna layer it, okay? So let me layer this up and I'll show you the next piece. Okay, this bottom layer, I kind of got it nice and pushed together, right? And then I'm going to put a little bit. Now it's got salt already in my dairy or non-dairy mixture, right? So I'm going to leave that as is, and then I'm going to take salt a little bit. I'm just going to not go heavy, okay? So I'm just going to put a little bit around, okay? Now with this first layer, I'm going to do is I'll probably scatter a little bit of onions on here, okay, like this. Perfect. You know, I might as well put the whole thing on I'll put all of the onion on my first layer. So that's my bottom layer. So as it gets to the top, it'll just be the cream substitute and the cheese, okay? Perfect. Now, I'm going to take some of my cheese here. Put this on top. Okay, like that. And then I'm gonna put my mixture on top. Perfect. All right, now I go back now, same way. See that? I just take these like pieces of sweet potato that are all together, all sliced perfectly. And smooth, all the same size, right? And I'm just gonna, at this point, keep going, halfway again, pressing. And then once we're done, we'll press this down really good. So come back in a minute and you'll see what it looks like. Okay, I've got it back here, this full piece now. At this point, I'm just gonna put a little bit more cream, like this. And then I put a little bit more salt, not too much. Just a little scatter. We want that to be nice and seasoned. Now, if you wanted to put spice in this, you could do that as well, but you don't need it. Like that. Okay. And on to another layer. And you'll see what that looks like. Okay, guys, I did my last layer here. Now I'm just going to put the tail end of my cream in there. We got a lot of that mixture in here. So whether you're using a non-dairy substitute like Nature's Find, or if you're using heavy cream, you just want to put a little bit on the top like that, and then we're going to finish it with our cheese that we've grated up. Now again, if you don't want to use a cheese, I like Gouda. I like Gruyere a lot with kind of gratins. It's one of my favorite flavors, but it's really a personal choice. Some of you love white cheddar, so go with that. It's kind of very southern and traditional, right? And that's it. Now, those are done, okay? I'm just gonna cover this with some foil, and I'm gonna bake this in the oven. I'm gonna press it down a little bit. I wanna make sure that I got it nice. You can see the cream coming up around the sides there. It's all inside of this, and this thing is gonna bake beautifully because all those thin layers from those nicely sliced sweet potatoes from the Burkle. So let me wrap this with foil, put it in the oven. I'm gonna cook it at 350 for about 30 minutes, and I'm gonna check it. The last 10 minutes that we have it, I'll probably cook it open so the top of it gets nice and golden brown, and we'll see what it looks like. So I'll see you back in a little bit. Hey guys, all right, we're back. It was about 35 minutes, and then I took the top off, and then I let it go for another 10 minutes, and you can see how beautiful and golden that is. It's still pretty hot. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna cut a piece. Corners are always good, right? But let me see. I'm gonna cut this corner like this. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can get this out. It's creamy on the sides too. Look at that. Beautiful. Wow. That looks amazing. So you guys can see this. Take a look at that. See how beautiful this is? Oh, beautiful texture, and the slices are so perfect, right? We have that nice onion on the bottom. Let's try it. Let's try it, okay? I'm gonna blow it off because it's a little hot. Wow. To think that that's wonderful sweet potato. It's a healthy, non-dairy, fungi style creaminess to that you're getting from that. So it's plant-based. It's beautiful, right? And then the flavor of the onions with a little bit of that maple syrup for sweetness, a little of that coconut oil on there for moisture on the bottom so it doesn't stick. And wow, it's amazing. Now, when we let this cool, it's going to really set in. At that point, if you really want to cut it into perfect shapes and then reheat those individually, you can. Otherwise, I would say like this, if you cool it, you can wrap it with plastic wrap, put it in your fridge, and serve this like a day or two later. It's fine, okay? So make this at your next party, and you got to try it, whether you're doing it with a real heavy cream or whether you're doing it with some type of dairy substitute. Try it anyway. It's super tasty, super easy. You saw how quick that was to put together. Obviously, this Burkle made it a lot easier. And if you are a really strong home cook, you love to cook all the time, you're slicing a lot of times you have cured meats and stuff, you want to make sandwiches and sandwich meats and things like that. This thing is amazing. And Burkle has come out with this new beautiful line. The 200 and the 250 series is made for the home, and you can find it on their website. They'll ship it right to your house, and it's incredible, and it's the highest quality in the slicing categories for restaurants. This company, Burkle, very well known, and you wouldn't be sorry about that for sure. So maybe a good Christmas present for somebody. So we'll see you back in the kitchen soon. I'm Chef Dean Max.